Cool.
Ben. No.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are we? Forgetting you can't respond. How are you, Benny? You good? Wrong time to ask a question. Yep. Whoops. Are you good? You're good.
I'm good.
Not choking. Good.
I am good.
Well, today we are discussing, heaven forbid we bring up anything music, but we are discussing covers.
Let's do it again. Cover musicians and original music. Yeah. So just the whole comparison it's been I don't want to call it an argument, but it's been a debate for a long time. Just the whole for those who don't know what we're talking about, whether you are doing original music, you're writing it, you're creating it, you're doing it all yourself from scratch, or you are picking your favorite songs that are out in the world and doing covers of them, singing along and entertaining, whether they be at pubs, whether they be online, whether they be in your room at home.
And trying to live up to the originals.
And it's a bit of a tricky one because unfortunately we know people who, it's a shame, but they just, original musicians who frown upon the cover musicians.
They just look down on all the gigs and everything that,
But also when they take the gigs as well and then they just complain the whole time, it's just a bit...
I've done so many gigs with people, original artists that are just like, it's just a cover gig. Like they won't even bother learning the whole song.
No, they just do half-assed versions. And it's like, well, if you don't want to be there from the get-go, well then why do it? It's like taking a job that you just don't want to do.
And there's plenty more people who would like to take that gig.
I know, I know so many people who would kill to do that sort of thing. Bad. But it's a bit of a shame. But I guess for people, we do both sides of the fence, and there are so many musicians who do both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
And because
it's kind of
half the time
you're
doing your covers because they're the gigs that pay you money. At the end of the day, that's what most people want to see there when they come out and they go to a venue or they go to whether it's a wedding, a birthday or anything like that. They just want to hear songs that they're familiar with, that they can sing along to, they can dance to, that they enjoy.
Yeah.
And sometimes when the hired musician is asked to do that and they play originals instead, like I know someone who did that at a pub and they turned around and said, well, I'm going to do some original songs now, and half the crowd got up and walked out because they were just like, well, hang on a minute, aren't you meant to be here to entertain us? And I know it's a bit of a dance, monkey dance sort of, mentality of looking at it, but at the end of the day, you're being paid a fair bit of money to go and entertain. That's your job. If you don't want to do that, don't.
Ego can't get in the way.
No. It's
and such respect to people who have stuck with their originals and they
absolutely.
put on their shows. Like it's scary enough to try and fill a room doing covers. Let alone your originals.
Well, when we do our shows and we're trying to sell tickets to it, and that's a cover show, and it's like people at least know what they're getting. They know the songs, they can come, they can sing and dance to, and that's still hard to try and sell the room for.
Yeah.
So when you're doing it for originals,
songs people don't know, it's like
and obviously aside from your friends and families, and obviously it's no secret they're not the gigs that pay the rent either. The original
ones. It's a labour
of
love. Totally.
Exactly, it really is. I mean, 9 times out of 10, what I know a lot of musicians actually do is they do their cover gigs on the weekend so they can afford to pay for the recordings, they can afford to pay for the studio time, mixing, mastering, and video clips, whatever it may be, and then they get that out there. So the cover music is basically paying for the
the originals.
The original stuff. But it's once again not all, but I think because of social media, everyone suddenly has a louder voice, and everyone has an opinion,
and they feel entitled to.
Everyone's entitled to say whatever they want at any moment.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I think that just the level of disrespect for because I hate to say this because I don't want to be taking a side or picking on anything. We obviously do both. We're in both camps, original stuff and covers, but it's never the cover musician looking down on the original. it's always the other way. It's always the original musician looking down the covers, saying, you're not a real musician because you're playing covers.
Do you know what taught me? I've never thought this myself. I've always done covers to try and pay for my originals, like we were just saying, always. When I went to America, I went to all the music places. So I started off in LA, and then we went to like Memphis and Nashville and New Orleans and all this sort of stuff. But it was mainly just visiting those amazing areas that made me realise that there are no, and it sounds so cliche, but there are no small musicians. I mean, no small gigs, only small musicians. Because everyone there, whoever had a gig, all performing covers, they were putting their all into it.
Absolutely.
Like, absolute. They weren't just sitting there going, looking so bored. They were performing them like they'd written them, like it was so from the heart. And I was like,
well, that's what I've been taught to do that from the get-go. So when I go and do a gig and I'm playing to no one in the corner of a bar, I'm still going to play, whether it's to 10 people or 1,000 people, I'm still going to give the same performance because at the end of the day, that's what I'm being paid for. It's what I'm being hired for. So it's a bit of a shame when you see some musicians rock up who are just like, it's just a cover gig.
Yeah, it just sucks the magic out of it.
They don't care, because what ends up happening is when more and more musicians have that mentality, the punters that come out and see this, or the venues themselves that see this, are like, well, we don't want music here anymore. Well, if this is what's happening, we'll, no thanks. We'll get a DJ, or we'll just leave the iPod on or something else. So it's, I don't know, it just...
And like as a cover artist, most of the time you're singing songs that you've chosen.
Absolutely.
So you like them. So
within reason.
Yeah.
I've and once again, I guess it comes down to how you want to perform, how you want to be seen. I mean, the idea is that when you get a cover gig, you just want to... the venue are hiring you to entertain the punters there. So if they turn around and say, someone wants Wonderwall, they're going to get
kind of have to do.
It's the same Valerie. When they want these songs, horses, you just play the songs.
Horses.
There.
And Valerie. And Wonderwall.
Well, I'm glad, because that means I feel bad every time we do a gig and I have to turn around and say, hey, guess what's next?
I've been away from gigs for 2 years, so... They're fresh for me now.
Fair enough. That is true. There are a few songs that sort of disappeared from the set list for a long time. Like, do you know what song I haven't played in forever? And I played it just last week. It was Sweet Home Alabama.
I love that song.
I haven't played that song in probably, I want to say 5 years. And then someone asked for it. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah,
sure, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
but obviously they listen to the first chorus and then they're done. Because the song's got the song's got 6 minutes to go, but they just want to just do the first chorus.
Yeah.
But so that is the other thing as well when you are choosing certain songs, and this is just an entirely different thing going from the original to covers. This is when a venue hires you and they pay you a fair bit of money to perform for the crowd and entertain the crowd there. You need to also be careful, because if you're playing a Pink Floyd B-side that no one's ever heard but you love. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's a safe for the bedroom, or put on your own show. And I've actually had gigs where I've played songs that I didn't think were that unfamiliar, but they're like, "Can you keep it a little bit more? Not even current, just stuff that people know. Like people can just sing along, like no brainers at all. Like for example, you know how I do Every Time You Cry, a John Farnham song. They thought that was too left of field. And I'm like, really?
It's Johnny Farnham.
You got the old Birds at the Back singer. Every time.
Yeah.
They're all singing on in the background. They're loving it. But so they were like, you make it a little bit more radio friendly.
Yeah.
They just, popular songs. But that's all right. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've got no problem with that, because, like I said, they're paying me well to be there.
It's a fun job. It is a fun job. It is so much fun. But it does have its challenges.
When people hire us, whether they be venues, pubs, weddings, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, whatever it may be, they just want us to entertain as if there's an iPod on, basically. That's all they want us to do. They don't want us to, rock up and be like, well, here's here's our random Pink Floyd B-side that you're going to listen to. No one's going to want to listen to that. So,
well, here's my original that no one's heard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a fine line to walk, because there are some gigs, and I've even done it before, where if no one's listening and someone said, "Hey, can you do an original? Do you have an original?" I'll play it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Absolutely I will. But
And then you got someone else to blame too. Well, they asked for it.
well, they asked for it, yeah. But if you're confident enough and you don't announce it, right,
Yeah.
and you just say, and you just start the song, no one's going to know anyway. They'll be like, "Oh, who sings this?" So I think it's more or less in that sense with the covers versus originals, about killing a vibe or letting people know. And I guess that's where ego comes into play as well, saying, "No, I will be doing my original stuff now." Because all of a sudden, you'll get the few people in the audience who are interested, who have been watching you, and they may be like, "Oh, okay,
Cool.
let's see what this kid's got."
Yeah.
Or you get the other side where, and I've seen it, where they say, "Can you just play something we know that we can sing along and dance with? Because we don't want to hear it." And
Cut
then
the shit, dude. Play Wonderwall.
pretty much. So what happens is, and we were talking about this before, but
Yeah.
we've seen people actually snap and say, "No, I will be playing my originals now, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, fuck off." And that mentality
On the mic.
on the mic. And that mentality is just insane. It's so odd to hear. So seeing it in person was just like, it was almost like just a shock. I was like, what the hell? Is this actually happening? But
So cringe.
so jumping on the other side of the fence now to the originals, it's, as you said, it's scary.
Bloody hard.
It's hard and it's scary. So
I had a crack and
hats off for everyone who's
Damn.
stuck with it. And there's so many people around here. There's a lot of bands that are absolutely smashing it at the moment.
Oh, I
They've
know, they're
stuck with
amazing.
it, and they're
just-
doing well with it. And it's I can't even begin to the time and dedication that has to go into it just
Insane.
to keep it going, because like we've said, it's not an easy road. It's scary. No one's coming to your gigs. Well, at first they're not anyway. So it's a hard sell, and
full on,
especially
and expensive,
exactly everything. I've started putting out. By the time this comes out, my first single
so excited.
would have dropped, which I'm
so
excited
cool.
about. But just recording all the stuff, getting the musicians in the room, going to a studio, then having to re-record vocals and mix, master, put a video clip on it. Like, one song alone is close to $2,000. Like,
close to.
yeah, and the rest.
Yeah.
Some videos
damn.
alone are like $2,000.
Yeah.
So I was thankful enough that I had a couple of friends helping me out to do this, but
Really,
it's
that's
not
so good. That's
yeah,
so good.
it's not a.
But that's also hard as well when saving up to do these things, and you have to ask friends for favors. It's like
I feel bad. I'm like, "I'll give you a free ticket to my show.
And you know what, mate?
Buy you a beer."
You know what got to me was like when I was asking friends for favors. I'm like, oh, what if they hate the song?
Oh, I didn't think of
That
that.
was going through my head the whole time. I
didn't-
think that's what crippled me. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have told you. But it was just so like.
Well,
No, I've heard your song. I don't. It's a good song. It is.
No, but
couldn't not
free,
like it.
free publicity.
It's awful.
But that was good fun. But obviously it's costly.
It's so much fun, but it is. It's expensive and it's scary.
And I guess in the world, obviously the social media world we live in now, I find that people don't give it as much of a chance either. Original music these days.
No.
And look,
Absolutely not.
obviously I could be completely wrong, but because we live in such a I want it now sort of thing, like a demanding world. Like if you want to watch something and you jump on Netflix, you stream it there and then. If you roll the clock back 20 years, if a new movie had come out, you go to Blockbuster. If that's out, bad luck.
Yeah.
If one of those 6 copies that
Yeah,
are
you
in
gotta
are
wait.
out,
Yeah.
you that's bad
Those
luck.
were the days.
You just got to wait. I know, right? So, but because we're in such a high demand of we can have everything just at our fingertips now. I think that people don't give everything such a chance.
Yeah.
If a song, a video or something doesn't grab you within the first 10 seconds.
So true. It needs
Right.
to have that hook straight away.
Yeah.
and-
If it doesn't grab you in the first 10 seconds, people will either switch off and start. And the other thing I've noticed as well, I went to the studio to record. We recorded about 6 or 7 songs. And I was actually just going to start release them as an album.
Yeah.
That was my original plan. And then I sort of realised, well, hang on a minute. We live in a time where people don't buy albums anymore. People stream songs and they'll get one song. You know, even new artists, it's very rare for them to drop an album. They'll just put out a new song every few months. And then, you know, after about 3 or 4 songs come out, then they'll put an album with all of them on it or something like that. So for me, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just have to adjust with the time. And I was just going to drop the songs. Then a few of my friends said, are you going to do a video clip? And I was like, it didn't even occur to me.
That's the best part. I love the video. It didn't occur. Not the best part, but so much fun.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, do I need to do a video clip? And the feedback I had was, yes, you do, because if you go and show someone your song, they're going to either sit there, unless they're driving in a car and they can put it on the radio and it's just a no-brainer, they're going to sit there. If it doesn't catch them in 10, 20 seconds, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, no worries, cool, good job. If there's a video, at least they've got something that's going to hold their attention for the 3 minutes, if they make it through the 3 minutes. Because even, you know, a lot of the videos that we watch online, if they don't grab you, you're done by a minute.
I'm guilty of it. I'm
just absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Scroll.
Yep, I've got the idea. I got the idea. We've heard a verse and a chorus.
Yeah.
We know how the rest of the song's on.
Yeah.
After you've gone ahead and put, you know, $2,000+ into recording, song, everything, if you put it on social media, the scary part is it's going to be gone by the end of the day. And it's almost like, did I just put in all that effort? It's discouraging. Did I put in all that effort for something that's I'll probably get, you know, 100 likes on it and then move on.
Pretty impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it's like, I've actually spoken to some friends who have been in the industry for quite a while, and even members of bands who have like just skyrocketed, and now they're doing their own solo stuff afterwards, and they've sort of said, it's just the way the world works now. So even when they've come from a band who have sold millions of records, and then they've done their own thing afterwards, and it's the same deal. It's like, yeah, cool, well, we put it out, and by the end of the day, it's disappeared off of our socials, and it's what else is on the next day? Because, you know, there might be breaking news, someone might have passed away, there might have been something else, and that's going to flood the news feed. So I guess it is what it is, but, you know, it's just a scary thought. Scary if people don't listen to it, and scary if you think that it's not scary, but discouraging if you think that you've wasted your time, or if you've gone to all
wasting time and money and
if you've gone to all this effort, and, you know, I think it is a different world, but I guess, hey, a lot of people have adapted very well. I mean,
it's crazy,
man. The amount of YouTube stars now, it's just ridiculous. If you can just pick that right demographic and you can just get in there and put a couple of songs down.
People famous for eating on camera. I could do that.
Didn't you mention that you wanted to do that? Sit here and just eat, and you guys can just watch us.
Gross food.
It's like some sick fucking Pornhub site.
There is a kink to it.
God damn it.
Oh gosh. But yeah, like going back to music.
No, because I mean, hey, the biggest example of this is Justin Bieber.
Yes.
He put a couple of YouTube videos up, and the next minute, who was it? One of those rap people.
Oh, wasn't it Usher?
Usher saw him, and was just like, done.
That's a fairy. That is the fairy tale.
No, it's just ridiculous.
Well, when I was on Idol,
Can I show the Mark Holden clip?
Yeah.
All right, done.
I don't know if I am allowed to say this. Someone that was involved within the show knew a producer in Melbourne, and the producer in Melbourne was like, did you see any cool singers that I can work with? And he's like, yeah. And so I started working with this producer in Melbourne, and then he got me in touch with like some pretty cool management, signed to those, and then they got me signed to Warner, which was awesome. No, I got me signed to Warner. They put me in. No. Anyway, so it was like full on going, amazing, right? And I was having the best time writing and everything. Then and this is probably for another video another time, but there was some stuff going on. Stuff went down.
Oh, yeah, I do know about this.
So I'll leave this story for later. But everything turned a bit sour. Like I moved to Melbourne to write and
sour's an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
let's do that one.
Yeah,
next.
we'll do that. And, you know, my writing was awesome until I had to work with these people that, yeah. No, I mean, it was, you know, fun. Until this happened, and then
the sour bit.
The sour bit. And it sort of just killed my vibe. My writing, I got in such a writer's block for about 2 years after
Did you find that because of, let's call it the sour moment, that, you were just put off of doing original stuff?
No, because I went on for years after it.
Okay.
But writing-wise, because this guy had a bit of say in what I was writing. So I had all his notes going on in my head, and he was a bit of a dick. So it just kind of
So every time
Yeah, so that happened, and then I tried to do it by myself for a little while.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Dick. So I hope he's watching. Yeah, and then, tried to do it by myself for a little while, which is then the expensive part because I didn't have the management and
the thing as well.
Warner and everything. And it's like...
hey, anyone can write a song. It just, some people
so
can get away with it. If you got money.
Yeah.
If you've got a lot of money, it's not a issue in the world.
Yeah.
And time. Yeah. And musicians to help you and studio and
everything.
producers.
Everything.
If you've just got everything at the tip of your fingers, then...
Which some people do. And like,
some people
good on them. Good on them. But, yeah, so...
Did I take some sarcasm in that there?
No! That's what I'm trying to get around to is that I do have such respect for the original artist. Majority of those guys do cover gigs as well and put their all into it.
They do. And
they're amazing.
People are starting to come around now to that mentality of you sometimes you can use one. I mean, hey, the biggest bands in the world played covers. They still play covers. If you go to so many hang on, let me try and say that again. if you whenever you go to a concert, someone will be playing a cover at that concert. It doesn't matter. I went and saw Billy Joel the other day, and all of a sudden he's doing, Highway to Hell, or he's doing, he's just
amazing.
Every band does covers. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what scale you're on. So I feel like rather than originals verse covers, it's more I just have an ego or I'm just stuck in my ways that there's only room for one when there's not.
It's just egos.
There's not room for one. There's room for two, maybe even three.
So don't be a dick. Dick.
Stop being dicks. It's been a long day.
Oh, this podcast is just turning into us whinging about it. Maybe we should make that an episode.
What, just...
Our biggest gripes or something?
No. What's the thing on Family Guy where they're like, what really grinds my gears?
Oh my gosh. That's tempting.
I need a nap. Okay, so
yeah.
That's
that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. There's room for all of us.
I love that. That's like our. All right. Well, should we sing a song?
Should we do a cover?
Do you want to do a cover?
Oh, yep.
By the time this is out, I could put my original at the end. I could just
do it.
Do you want me to not play a cover and just put my original song at the end?
Yeah. Done.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, it's going to be out, so I guess...
Here it is.
Here's my original song.
between